Welcome into this edition of Great City Attractions. Today we visit the Slovakian capital. These are the great city attractions of Bratislava. Bratislava Castle. High up above the Danube River stands Bratislava Castle. Settlement has taken place on this spot for millennia, with many finds here going back to the early Iron Age. Construction of a new castle on this hill dates back to the 10th century and Stephen I of Hungary. Mongol attacks of the 13th century saw further defensive elements added to the castle walls. The Holy Crown of Hungary was placed on site for some 230 years. 100 men are said to have guarded the jewels. Falling into a state of disrepair, the castle has undergone restoration work over the last 70 years. Slavin. A striking war memorial and cemetery honouring those Soviet soldiers that died liberating the city from German troops in 1945. Slavin Monument, which was completed in 1960, features a soaring obelisk crowned by a triumphant soldier waving a flag. Over 6,800 Soviet soldiers are buried in the site's cemetery. UFO Bridge. Despite the outer-worldly appearance, there's little to be worried about when taking in the sights from the top of the UFO Bridge, or as it's otherwise known, the Bridge of Slovak National Uprising. The bridge, which is over 400 metres in length, opened in 1972. The flying saucer-shaped structure on top of the bridge's main pylon houses both an observation deck and restaurant. Devin Castle. A short drive out of Bratislava itself, you'll be met with the ruins of Devin Castle. Neolithic man, Celts and Romans have all laid claim to the land here, with the castle positioned strategically above both the Danube and Morava rivers. Hungarian kings held ownership of the castle for much of the 1300s, while forces under the command of Napoleon famously destroyed much of the castle in the early 1800s. The castle has previously featured on Slovakian currency. Old Town Bratislava. A walk around the Old Town of Bratislava will keep visitors busy. There's a lot to see here. A number of historic palace buildings are present in the Old Town, along with numerous art galleries. It's also hard to miss the exposed medieval walls. St. Martin's Cathedral and statues of Hans Christian Andersen and the famous Kummel can also be tracked down here. If you're enjoying this video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. The Danube and Morava rivers. Like many European cities of importance, Bratislava is situated on the great waterways. The Danube and Morava rivers collide northwest of Bratislava. Many of the landmarks of Bratislava look over the Danube. Numerous tour operators offer river cruises along the length of the city from on the water. St. Michael's Tower. From the medieval fortifications of Bratislava, the gate once formed part of a complex defensive system of walls, moats and bastions. The tower, which rises to over 50 metres in height, today houses a collection of medieval weaponry. A statue of St. Michael and the Dragon can be seen at the top of the tower. The Presidential Palace. Grasakovic Palace is the official residence of the President of Slovakia. The building, which was completed in 1760, has a rich and interesting history. Famous composer Joseph Haydn is known to have debuted works here, while the building has also served as a military command post and a Communist Party house for youth. Restoration of the building in the 1990s returned the building to its political past, while the gardens associated with the palace have been turned into a public park. Blue Church. There's no prize for wondering how this church gets its name. The Church of St. Elizabeth is a Catholic church located in the Old Town. This modest church was built in the early 1900s and combines a number of architectural styles, including a dominant Art Nouveau influence. The Slovak National Theatre. These days, the Slovak National Theatre has two homes, the most striking of these being the historic neo-Renaissance architecture of the original Old Theatre, situated on a prominent square in the Old Town. The building was completed in the late 1800s and features numerous frescoes and paintings alongside a feature chandelier. Drama, opera and ballet are all championed by the organisation. That concludes this edition of Great City Attractions. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel below. What are your favourite places to visit in Bratislava? Comment below.